English with Deck.
Okay, how are you all doing today? Deck here from Deck English and with another episode of English with Deck. Alright, let's go. You know, I just had a sudden realization. And it was a bit of a wow kind of moment. You know? As of recording this episode, it is currently the 15th, not the 20th, the 15th of May 2026. So, there were 31 days in May, but still, we are halfway through May. And May is, the 5th month. And there are, obviously, 6 months in half a year, and there are 12 months in a year. So we are basically halfway through the year. Not quite. We're almost there. We've almost made it halfway through the year. And that is bloody fast when you think about it. You know how quickly time has flown this year. How much stuff has happened. Let's think about the episodes in this podcast season. So the countless episodes which are, I say countless, that's a bit of an exaggeration, they can easily be counted. But anyway, the episodes within this series, they cover a fairly wide range of topics, quite a diverse portfolio there. And it feels like so many topics, so many conversations have been had. And yet in such a short time, which really, it is not a long time, since the beginning of the year. And as I mentioned in previous episodes, I've really sort of kept momentum going, been pushing. There's been ups, there's been downs, but generally speaking, this year especially, the momentum with the podcasting and the general educational content has been on an upward trajectory, upward slope. And that is, wow, I'm pretty proud of myself, what I have achieved. Not to toot my own horn, but it's no small feat. So I'm pretty impressed with myself there. Modesty is not a trait I possess in large quantities, as you may or may not be aware. I realised, because I did mention about booking flights in a previous episode, in quite a recent episode actually. And, those flights were booked, and we are flying the back end of the year, which means that, essentially, there are 6 months until that time, which means it's all systems go, Previous me, the past me, would have said, I've got 6 months, plenty of time. I can arrange this in next month or the month after, or even the month after that. And then I guarantee I would have been 2 months beforehand, and I would have been rushing around like a headless chicken. But not anymore. Not the new and improved Deck, which has been around for the past couple of years. Deck Mark 2 or 3 or 4, I don't know which. Oh gosh, I make myself chuckle sometimes. But yeah, just, it's nice to reflect sometimes on how quickly time goes, and yet how much we achieve personally, and also in a public sense as well. So time is short, but don't worry, with a little bit of forward thinkingness and a little bit of organization, we can make the most out of our time. Everyone has the same amount of time in a day. Everyone has 24 hours. Just because someone is a doctor, or just because someone is a teacher, or just because someone is a tour guide, it doesn't matter what they do, who they are, everyone has the same amount of time in the day. So with proper organization, we can achieve what we want to. And a few other things just sprinkled on top, but yeah, you get the idea. Anyway, it is an absolutely glorious day here, a beautiful day, and I have been pretty chocker this week. You know, my schedule has been pretty chaotic and full, so I haven't really left the house so much at all this week. Been a bit of a shut-in, you know, but it can't be helped some weeks. So I'm going to make the most out of it today. Currently going home after dropping my youngest off at nursery. Once I'm home, water the plants in the garden, tidy the house from the mess of the chaos of the morning school run. Sort out for today's lessons, only got a few on, which is quite nice, and tomorrow's whilst I'm at it. It won't take that much longer. And then, you know, I'm going to go for a long walk. I'm going to stretch my legs, exercise the body, get a bit of blood pumping. I was going to go for a good run, however, you know, I decided to do that tomorrow. So I thought, well, make the most out of it and have a walk. Have a stroll in the neighbourhood. Amble up a hill and tumble down the other side. Okay, guys. Well, as always, thank you for listening, and all your listening hours and all of your general commitment to this episode and support is always appreciated. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of you out there who are listening regularly, and all of you who are, you know, just liking, sharing, recommending, taking the view count up and up. You know, it's all a group effort. So, of course, you know, my face is on the picture, on the front cover, but it wouldn't be possible without any of you guys. So, as always, thank you very much, and I hope you're having a wonderful day or a lovely evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Keep on studying. Bye for now. See you in the next one.